This is our Dean of International Relations and Study Center, and she will present all the programs, and afterwards you're very welcome to ask all the questions.
Our profile. We are a public university founded in 1922, and soon we will be celebrating 100 years anniversary. We are the largest university of biomedical sciences in Lithuania, and top selected programs that we are offering are attracting highest ranked students not only in Lithuania but also from all over the world. Quality assurance compliance with the European Union standards for universities. So we are really taking a lot of care to provide best education according to European standards. We are proud of our international membership and expertise in different organizations. We are World Health Organization Collaborating Center for Education and Practice. And we are trying to put the integration as much as possible that our foreign students would not feel as foreign because they come to study and they are students and members of the whole family and whole team of LSMU. We have mixed groups where foreign students study together with Lithuanian students. In this way, they can adapt to Lithuanian culture better. They can easier learn Lithuanian language. And this leads to more possibilities to get higher academic results. We are proud of different exchange activities, involvement in different projects, and international teachers. The main values of LSMU, or as we sometimes say, genetic background of LSMU is integrity of teaching, training, and research. It means that you study not only from books, you study a lot with the patient, you have a lot of hands-on training, and you do research work from very early years. Exchange the research, you get the education even more sophisticated and more naturally coming to your mind. International dimension, multicultural environment, competence-based education, and very important is academic honesty. We really care that our future health practitioners would be honest with themselves, with the patients, and with everything around them. A little bit about structure of the university. We have medical academy and veterinary academy and huge amount of university hospitals. The biggest university hospital coming from 46 clinical departments is LSMU Hospital Kauno Klinikos. It's like small town inside the city. LSMU Hospital, Kaunas Hospital, smaller hospitals scattered all over the city where different departments are also taking care of the patients and giving practice for the students. So if you choose medical academy, you can study medicine, odontology, pharmacy, nursing, or public health. And as you see, we have different institutes where you can also get some kind of research and training together. If you choose veterinary academy, you can study veterinary medicine and become an animal doctor, or you can choose animal science, studying food science, animal science, and getting experience on what is going on in the animal world. We have a small clinic for small animals and clinic also for large animals in veterinary academy. And what is very interesting, we have also kindergarten, primary school, and high school incorporated in the university system. It means that our senior students and doctors can take their kids to the kindergarten or primary school, which is also in the university system. So we have the whole vicious cycle of respect life. Respect life is the main motto of our university. So if we learn from very early days to respect life, we are sure that we will become best health care practitioners in the future. The community of LSMU is really quite big. You see close to 8,000 students in the first cycle, second, and integrated studies. We have close to 300 PhD students and over 1,000 residency students who are already considered as doctors. And of course, teachers, academic staff, 1,300 taking care of you. Other staff, research staff, academics, and rectors emeritus, they are also giving their experience and kind care of our student community. Briefly mentioned international membership. As you see, we are members of the Association of Medical Schools in Europe, European University Association, Veterinary Association, Odontology Doctors Association, and this leads to our quite good participation and sharing our expertise as well as getting expertise from other universities. In the World Health Organization, we are collaborating in nursing education and practice, prevention and control of non-communicable diseases, and research regional training center for reproductive health. So what can you study if you choose LSMU? This is quite busy table, but you can easily find what you are interested in. If you are interested in integrated studies, so you want to become master in medicine or veterinary medicine, it will take you 6 years to study continuously. If you decide to be odontology doctor or pharmacy specialist, you need 5 years to study continuously. If you choose easier way and you want to study a little bit less, only 4 years, you can become bachelor in nursing, occupational therapy, health psychology, physiotherapy, and medical and veterinary genetics. If you already have the degree of bachelor in some other university, you can choose master studies in our university, and it might take 2 years for advanced nursing practice, applied public health, management of public health, clinical health psychology, lifestyle medicine, animal science, animal and human interaction, and food science. What is interesting, we mentioned lifestyle medicine as blended studies. So that would mean that you study somewhere else, not in the university, you come here only for accounts. But the COVID pandemic changed our behavior, and we had to move to online regime with all of our studies. So for some time, we are having lectures online, and practice is organized in very small groups, and we go for hybrid labs, and we call it hybrid mode of studying, when you stay at home for your lectures, but for seminars and expertise and hands-on training, you come to the university. So it is really interesting, and from 17 degree programs in English, you can really find what you are interested in. Because if you choose medicine and if you want to become a doctor, it will be not easy, because after integrated studies, when you get master's degree, you have to think of a residency program if you want to become specialist in some sphere. So let's say if you want to become surgeon or if you want to become cardiologist, so after 6 years, you must think of 3 to 5 years for residency education. And this is that we have 46 postgraduate medical fellowships. It's 1 year adaptation period to learn Lithuanian language, to learn about your future specialty. And if you think that you want to choose residency in Lithuania, so after this medical fellowship, you can enter the competition for residency program. So we have different variety of fellowship programs, and you can also choose one of them. As well as if you are a specialist and you want to gain some specific experience in some surgical or diagnostic training, you can also achieve that through medical fellowship programs. We will need you to have biology and chemistry good results if you want to enter our university. So if you are not sure about the level and quality of your education, so we have pre-medical course. It is online now, and we do it twice a year for biology and chemistry training. So this course is helping our students to get ready for the entrance exam. Otherwise, it might be that you will not pass the entrance exam, and we can say that students who want to come to study medicine or odontology or veterinary medicine, we have quite a nice competition of very good students who sometimes fail with the exam, and then we just think about another opportunity for them. Briefly mentioned hybrid lab. So it appeared that we started hybrid lab long before COVID pandemic, because we were thinking that our students need to get best practice and best hands-on training before they are skillful enough to do that with the patient. So you see, these hybrid labs are making artificial clinical situations on phantom patients, and you learn what to do in different clinical situations, that you will not be scared if you get into the situation of myocardial infarction, for example, of the patient stops
because
breathing,
we were thinking that
our students need to get best practice and best hands-on training
emergency
before they are skillful
when you
enough
need to
do that
with the
and
patient.
good decisions
So
how to help your patients. So these hybrid labs are scattered all over the university. These hybrid labs are making artificial
and they are
clinical
open
situations
24
on
hours.
phantom
So
patients. And you
students
learn
usually
can come in the morning if they like before their classes, or they can come late in the evening, or even if they have nighttime sleep disorders and don't want to stay in the dormitory during nighttime, they can even come to the hybrid lab for nighttime experience, or if they are having night duties and they want to get some skills simultaneously. So hybrid lab is open 24 hours per day. And this is really a high impact and good achievement of our university. What concerns hospital, so as you see, it's a city inside the city, and our patients are sometimes using a map to find one department or another. And all these departments are connected via underground tunnels, so you can reach one department to another, not taking your white coat off. So it means that you stay in small city of the university hospital all day long. And we have close to 100,000 hospital admissions, over 66,000 surgeries, 1.3 million patient visits. So it's really, if you consider Lithuania population 3 million, so every third patient is coming to our university hospital for help. We have over 3,000 babies per year, and just for you to understand that 62,000 radiology studies and procedures and imaging. So it's really a good possibility to see and to learn everything in practice. What is concerning research, so it starts very early, and you can choose any kind of research you think of, starting from molecular mechanisms via clinical practice till population level studies. And this multidisciplinary problem-based research is also applied in research. The research pathway starts from undergraduate level. So it means that whatever specialty, how many years are you going to study, you will need to do some kind of research. And this research works allows close collaboration in national and international research institutions. So we have a lot of partners who are doing research together with us, and our students may choose their homeland partner for research in order to think of the possibility to continue the research when they finish the university. A little bit about our students. So international students, today we have 1,327 coming from 78 countries, plus 26 exchange students coming from 5 countries. And this is 20+% of international students in our university. So every fifth is coming from abroad. And the main top 3 countries that we have our students coming is Israel, Sweden, and Germany. And as you see, we have some 1 or 2 students coming from different kind of countries. But if you think that we have 78 representatives all over the globe, so it's really a very nice community of students. The tree of 17 programs in English is quite big, and as you see, most students are choosing medicine, veterinary medicine, odontology, but there are also a lot of possibilities with other specialties, and I would like to put special attention on modern programs that are really coming into top 5 of the future in the world. Is veterinary and medical genetics. So as you understand, genetics is the future of science. And with a bachelor degree, you can become bachelor in genetics, and you will find understanding on what's going on in the organism, what is DNR and RNR, and what is the difference between genetic backgrounds, how diseases are inherited. And the simple question with COVID, why some patients get very sick with COVID and why some patients have the contact and are not sick or are sick in a very easy way. Or why is vaccine working with this one and why the other vaccine is working not so effectively? So these are the answers that you can get if you study genetics. We have over 1,000 alumni scattered all over the world. So we are not fresh. We have a lot of our graduates, and most of them are coming from Lebanon, Israel, and Sweden, Spain, India. And as you see, we started with Lebanon. It was the first country that students came to us to study medicine, and the first 17 Lebanon students came already 30 years ago. So up to date, we have grown-up doctors and specialists and heads of the departments, professors, who have continued our university, and now they are having successful careers all over the world. Why LSMU? So first thing, that we have experience. We are doing that already 30 years of international education. And we think that we have to shape the future rather than letting the future shape us. We know what we do. We came from our experience. We learned from other universities' experience. And now we are completely sure that what we do, the path that we have chosen, is the right one for us. So we really hope that this path will be right for you, because we celebrated 30 years anniversary. It was under COVID shadow, we had the masks, we had to keep the distance, but still it was the celebration. It was the victory of our ideas. It was the victory of our graduates and students who chose our university and made a good career starting with us. So what else I would like to say about our university, what students are getting from the university? First of all, we support and take individual care of every student. We provide integrity of studies, research, and practice. We have biggest clinical base to have hands-on training. We study in small academic groups, multicultural community. We do not prefer neither race nor color of the skin. We think that every student is a member of the community. Quality assurance of the studies complies with EU standards. We provide extensive mobility programs and possibilities to have some kind of education and training in other universities who are our partners. And we transfer study results after you come from other university. So briefly, how we managed to switch on to online studies. As you see, all the screens, we are working with the computers, either from home, either from the class. It depends what you are doing, but we provide the examples for our students, how to make the technical, how to fulfill the technical requirements in their working space, that we would know that the student is really ready for the exam, and we have to make him confident that he would be worried only about his knowledge, but not about the technical difficulties when working and doing something with computer. And it's no problem for us to connect 20, 40, 60 students for the exam, and they are staying at home in their home countries, and we are checking their practical and theoretical knowledge by this. What is the student support possibilities? We have student mentors and tutors, so it means that we have senior year students who are really helpful, and they provide help for the youngers. Mentors, they take care of your natural surroundings. They teach you how to live, where to get the apartment, how to orient yourself in the city, what is better to eat, where is better to do. And tutors, they help you with the studies. They tell you which library to choose, what books better to read. And they really, we understood that it is much better when senior students help younger students than teachers or for professors would be teaching from their side, because student to student is speaking really well and they understand each other much better than that would be from the academic side. But of course, specialists are really needed. We have psychologists. It is natural that sometimes our students get homesick, or they have some difficulties in studies, or they have some heartbreaks, which really happens with young people. So it is not necessary to go to the hospital. We have psychologists working in the international office, and you can choose from 2 psychologists. You can have consultations online, or you can have face-to-face meetings. It depends on the possibilities and your wishes. We have student ambassadors. You will meet some of them during the exhibition. Probably they will come and tell you more about the university. We have parent ambassadors. It is natural that parents, when they are letting their child to study somewhere abroad, probably they are also nervous and curious what is the university about. So parent-to-parent talk is also helpful. We have different regular events, which this year were not so wide. We would say that we limited the number of attendees just because of the COVID outbreak. But usually we have big celebrations and freshers camp and summer camp and different countryside views and sports activities that help our students to get together, know each other better, and better adapt to the future studies. We provide some scholarships. So one of the merit-based scholarships for qualified international students is monthly or one-time incentive scholarship, or we have honorary nominal scholarships. We can also provide Erasmus grant. So it means that you win some kind of period, 3 to 6 months to study in different partner university based on the local curricula. And we have Lithuanian state scholarships for full-time master's degree international studies. So a little bit about each of them. Erasmus started in 1999, so we today have 170 Erasmus partners for 31 program countries. And top select programs are Italy, Spain, Poland, Finland, Turkey. And mobilities, they are quite big. We have over 350 students outgoing and 155 outgoing staff, with 120 incoming students and 126 incoming staff. This year the numbers were less. It's natural that we were traveling less with the pandemic regime, but we really hope that we will come back to our free travels after vaccination and after the COVID pandemic will stop. So we focus on geographical and study area balance and mobility balance. We also offer 70 Lithuanian state scholarships for full-time master degree for the year 2021. So if you decide to study masters and you are from Ukraine, Belarus, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Moldova, you can apply, and the application deadline is very soon, but we are really eager to help you, and you could contact international office to help you to write the letter of motivation, because it is essential at this stage if you want to get the scholarship. And new for this year, 10 international scholarships for each semester. And the main criteria that we start from the second year studies, and students who are very actively volunteering in universities' internationalization events and have good academic performance, they can apply for this scholarship. We have some career opportunities to propose. So our students are allowed to work, including non-European. If you are studying master's degrees, so you are allowed to work 40 hours per week. Bachelor degree students are allowed to work 20 hours per week. Of course, we do not recommend, but we understand that for some students, it's inevitable to have some job to get some extra money. After graduation, Lithuanian job marketing is demanding employees. So we allow our student 1 year period granting temporary residence permit after completing these studies. So during this year, you can continue search for job in Lithuania or any other European Union country. And if you have 5 years non-interrupted temporary residence permit, you are already eligible to apply for long-term residence permit. So what I talked about studies and academic things, it's not only these things that university is offering. We have different student activities, student council, student scientific society, and different non-governmental organizations and sports events that our students are actively involved. We have sharing of multicultural experiences, different food experience, kitchen and dancing, singing, sports club, and everything is located in the university. So you can find your friends and colleagues and share your hobbies together with the university students. And a little bit about Lithuania. We are quite a small country, 2.9 million, currency is euro. We speak Lithuanian, and our students have to learn Lithuanian to the level that they would be able to communicate with the patient. Otherwise, you cannot contact the patient, ask about his disease or her disease if you do not know a few Lithuanian. And while living in the country, you have to know a little bit Lithuanian. But most people speak English, so no problem for you to communicate. And older generation can speak Russian, and it is also a possibility to communicate in Russian. Capital is Vilnius, and we are a member of European Union, Schengen area, and EPPO. Kaunas is a beautiful green city located in the geographical center of the Lithuania, and it is on the confluence of two main rivers of Nemunas and Neris, surrounded by green forests. And in 2022, Kaunas will be contemporary capital of European culture. So we will have a lot of events and interesting things to see and to hear while being in studies. So if what I told made some interest for you and you would like to apply, so what are the application procedures? First of all, we need to check your documents, school graduation certificate. You will have to keep entrance exam, English knowledge equivalent, and motivation interview if you are applying for integrated or bachelor degree studies. For the second cycle, you need to have bachelor degree or equivalent. And you need to register to the application system as you see the address, apply Lsmu LT. You have to create an account, and then you follow all the steps. You fill the submission, you fill the documents that are necessary. We will check your documents if you have appropriate education to enter the university. Then you have motivation interview, entrance exam, and then you go for the registration and application for national visa D. So all the processes are easily followed up, and if you need some help, so we have admission officers and all international coordinators who are really eager to help you to go through all these steps. So what are the living expenses? You can have dormitory or you can live in private apartment. That would reasonably be the different price for this. But as you see, meals, lunch, and transportation are not so expensive, and in total, students' expenses standard is 400 to 500 euros per month, but it depends. Some students spend much more, some students spend much less. So it depends on your wishes and your ideas what you want to have. So thank you for listening. This is Kaunas at night, Kaunas at winter, and we are really looking forward to see you coming to not only to visit us, but to study with us and to become a member of our community. Thank you for listening.